Hello, good morning, good morning. So we're here today. I'm Tori and this is Charlie. And welcome to the Love Connection. Today we have a great and amazing topic and it's going to basically be live, so don't judge us. But we're here to talk about, of course, what everybody wants to know. How do you secure a great relationship?
It's a great topic.
It's a great topic. Now, see, this is my husband, and one thing that I believe in relationships that you have to do is communicate. What you think?
I think it's good. Good communication is always perfect.
See what I mean? His one sentence is normally what I get in communication because I talk a lot and he talks a little. But what happens in relationship if you don't communicate is you guys won't see eye to eye. And we were just talking earlier about being in a relationship with somebody. You have to learn them. You have to learn what they like and what they desire from the relationship. Because if you're constantly giving them something simple like I like he likes sausage gravy biscuits, but I'm constantly making him for breakfast grapefruit and whatever, something he doesn't like. After a while, it's like, have you been paying attention? This is not even my, something that I even want. What if he hates grapefruit?
Yeah, that's the problem I always see. Like in relationships and marriages, a lot of times you have a person that's in a relationship and they don't know how to compromise to make both ends work on the same page. You will have a person that will stand their ground on something that can be put, if they just put their energy together, it can work long term. And then a lot of times, that's why you see separation, because you never have that partner that connects to you like that. And when you do have a partner that connects to you like that, and that's when you have that longevity relationship. It's all about connection and understanding. And when you build in a relationship, you got to understand the word relationship. You know what I'm saying? That friendship, that bond. You know what I mean? That kid feeling when you got your homeboy that's going to always be there for you. You want to marry into a relationship where you have a homegirl that's going to always be there, that's always going to have your back at any moment or any time, and understand your needs and desires and your wants, and y'all both meet each other on the same page. That's how I feel about that.
Ooh, you can see me blushing. I'm like, happy because, like, for real, like my husband, he does things I don't even ask for. Sometimes I'm like wondering, our biggest arguments come from me not knowing exactly what's going on in his mind and him not knowing exactly what's going on in my mind. I'm thinking like, come to bed. I'm ready for you to lay down, and he's thinking, no, we got to make sure the kids have their clothes ready. My oldest son, he could lose his sneakers and his socks right in front of him. And honestly, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. If he loses socks, he needs to find them in the morning. Well, Charlie doesn't like chaos in the morning, so I'm ready to go. I'm like, let's go. And he will set out everything for my son. But some days, he sets out everything for him and he still loses. Makes him angry. But we have to communicate effectively, because if I don't know exactly why he's doing something a certain way, I'm thinking it's useless. And honestly, that can be a big blow up. Like, especially if I'm not, caring about what you're doing. Like, why are you doing it? Why do you keep putting socks out? Well, in his mind, he's trying to decrease the chaos. In my mind, I'm thinking that boy gonna lose his socks anyway. But communicating and him saying like, you're gonna be angry in the morning. Then I have to think about it like, yeah, I'm angry every morning. You right.
Well, like if you know anything about Taurus, man, if we see a problem and we got love, and it's your family, you always try to figure out a strategy to make things work better. So far as socks and all the things for the kids, I like to organize their stuff for them so they'll be able to do it. But if you got a kid that's that's going past the organization of the socks and everything that's laid out, then it's like, how do I fix that? Then
throw the whole thing away.
Then you got to learn the character of the actual child to be able to communicate to him so he can have a clear understanding of what he needs to be done at that moment. You feel me?
Yeah. You know what's really crazy, I think, with communication? Parenting styles. Like, oh my God. Let me tell you something. If you ever met like a couple who before they got into a relationship, before they got married, or even before they, started having kids, they didn't discuss something important like how they plan to discipline their children. Like it could be war inside of a home if, I don't believe in hitting my kids and here he is spanking them. I'm like, oh, it could be a battle right there because we, different households and how they grow up. Like if you come from a family where people get popped and then you marry into a family where they use timeout, there's an issue there. Somebody will be mad.
Yeah, like I always felt like Cause like growing up in the foster care system, they were not allowed to hit us, so they had a effective for punishment. So they would have stuff like they would take your TV. Like my foster mom would literally take the TV out of the room, so it wasn't no TV to be watching and nothing like that. So you knew that if punishment was coming, you would have no TV. You wasn't able to eat cake, or you wasn't able to have the things that you like. So just effective punishment sometimes work best. You don't always have to beat a child or do things like that. Traditional ways can always be changed into better a system.
I'm a teacher, so I agree. You know, but I grew up in a household where, you know, spare the rod, spoil the child. We won't stranger to beatings. But, you know, now that's corporal punishment. So please find effective ways to discipline your children without beating them. Please find ways to talk to them. And then, if, you know, no, I'm just playing. Because if you ever seen my guys, we have 2 boys and 1 little girl. If you've ever seen them all together in the midst of trying to clean up or trying to effectively communicate with these kids, it can really become a war, I want to say, because kids have their own will, and it's interesting trying to bend a kid's will to what you know they need to do, especially when it's 2018. For a couple more weeks, these kids have personalities that are like, what? Who raised you? But it's important that you effectively communicate, especially when it comes to kids. Set your standards. Let them know what you're expecting of them so that they're able to be reached. And then again, with your spouse, you know, I feel like if he sets his standards for me and I know what he desires and what he's looking for from me, then, you know, they're more attainable, in opposed to him expecting something from me and I have no idea that this is something he wants. And then finally, once he's angry, he's like, you don't never, you know, I do cook, but you don't never cook. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know you wanted me to cook. I thought you liked ordering pizza. And he's like, no, I need a home cooked meal. Those are things you have to communicate to someone that you desire. And then last thing, because you not talk a lot, but whatever you did to get that person in the beginning, don't stop doing it because y'all together. Like, if when you first met, like him, he cooked dinner for me every day. You know, he still cooks dinner for me now. You know, don't lose that in the relationship, because after a while, people stop doing the things that it took to woo somebody or to court them. So, I wonder if that pause is going to be in there. But, so we just, we believe that in order to have a love connection or to be connected, you have to communicate.
Yeah, I think most definitely I dealt with that a lot in my past relationships, stuff like that. When you have a problem, when you would have a person that will hold in everything and they wouldn't express their feelings about issues and things of that nature. So you can never make the relationship better because the communication is not there. So you don't understand what's going on with that individual because they're not expressing it, or they have trouble being able to express things because they feel like what they're saying is not going to be respected. Mm-hmm. So they'll hold back from actually saying the things that can effectively help the relationship. And I think communication is always the key to make the journey and the process a lot better. You know what I mean? But that's my take on that.
I think that was a good take on it. All right, so thank you so much for viewing The Love Connection. Please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, let us know. And also, if there's any other topics you want us to discuss or just to hear our point of view, you know, just ordinary people doing extraordinary things in life, let us know and we will make that video.
Love y'all, man. Much respect out there. Y'all already know my slogan and how I always say, put God first, family, then your finances. Love y'all.